Hello everyone, I am Sergio García and welcome to another episode of PDCInews. Today I will give you the latest breaking news worldwide. Let's start with the first one. Signature for Maduro's revocatory. In Venezuela, more than 13,000 citizens will be able to register their handprint during Monday, 20 a.m. until Friday, 24 a.m. and start validating handprint process to continue revocatory of Nicolas Maduro president. Un Nuevo Tiempo Party shared a video on Twitter which shows a step for validating the signatures for revocatory. So the steps are: first one, log in the webpage of Consejo Nacional Electoral, write your ID on right mouse where it says see your data. There you will see if your signature appears as found or not found. Second, if appeared as found, it's important to know a spot of validation. Logging on www.revocalo.com. After that, you should introduce once again your ID and choose your preferred zones of validation. Third one, but not less important. Once you know your validation place, you should go there during 20 to 24 for voting process. Let's start with the second news. Mexico teacher protests silky in Oaxaca clashes. More than 100 other people, including many police officers, were injured. 6 people have been killed in southern Mexico during clashes between protesters, police and teachers. The incident took place in the state of Oaxaca, where 2 high-profile union leaders were arrested. Authorities say the police were trying to clear the roads, where unknown gunmen began firing at both sides in order to create the chaos and conflict. Mexico's National Security Commission originally said in a statement that the police officers involved in the operation near the town of Noxacloan were not carrying guns. But Federal Police Chief Enrique Galindo later said that an armed unit was deployed after shots were fired at the police and protesters by unidentified people not linked to the demonstration. The state-owned oil company Pemex warned on Friday that it might be forced to close a refinery in the area if the highway linking Oaxaca to the capital, Mexico City, remained blocked. Let's start with the technology section. China builds world's most powerful computer. A new computer from China has topped the latest list of world's most powerful machines. The petaflop Sunway Taihu Lite is installed at National Supercomputer Center in Guangxi. At its peak, the computer can perform 93 trillion calculations per second. It is twice as fast and 3 times as efficient as the previous leader, Jiangxi 2, also from China, said the top 500, which released the new list on Monday. It has more than 10.5 million main processing cores and 40,900. At its peak, the computer can perform 93 trillion calculations per second. It is twice as fast and 3 times as efficient as the previous leader Tianqi 2, also from China, said top 500, which released the new list on Monday. It has more than 10.5 million main processing cores and 40,960 nodes and runs on basic Linux operating system. Its main applications include advanced manufacturing, forecasting, weather, and big data analysis, wrote Angelica in a paper about the new machine. For the first time since the list began, China has overtaken the US with 167 computers in the top 500, while the US has 165.
Coming up, Angelica Bonilla will tell us more breaking news. Only on PDCInews.
In other notices, Orlando nightclub shooting and everything what we know. Police investigate the Bag of the Balls nightclub in Orlando on Sunday, July 12th. At least 49 people were killed there by Omar Martin, who was shot and killed. It was the deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. history. Authorities are looking into possible self-eradications into the shooter's devices for any suspicious activity and trying to put together a timeline of his movement. Omar Martin, the Orlando's nightclub shooter, called 9/11 about 20 minutes into the attack pledged allegiance to ISIS and mentioned the Boston bombers, according to U.S. officials. The FBI interviewed the shooter in 2013 and 2014. Martin was the subject for the 2013 investigation after making comments to co-workers about terrorist attacks. Next year was interviewed over possible connections to a suicide bomber. According to two law enforcement officials, there was no indication he was plotting to carry out an attack. The officials said investigators haven't found evidence to show he was acting on behalf of ISIS. There has been no claim of responsibility for the Orlando's nightclub terror attack, Angelica forums, but ISIS sympathizers reacted by praising the attack on pro-Islamic State forums. Was suspicious about being an ISIS sympathizer. Martin was known to the FBI, one of people suspected of being ISIS sympathizers who are on the FBI's radar. Britain divide on eve of European Community referendum. British politicians are making their crucial final pitches to a bitterly divided electorate Wednesday to persuade undecided voters of the merits of remaining in or leaving the European Union. On eve of the historic European Community referendum Thursday, a decision that will shape the direction of country and its place in the world for decades, retain its nation divide. Police have consistently shown a record of 46.5 million of whom have registered. Retain divide on eve.
And now, Mariana Degraves will tell us the horoscope, only on PDCInews.
Good morning, my fellow travelers of life. As usual, I shall present to you what the planets have to tell about our day. This day in particular, they reveal a strong message about teamwork and strength. My advice is to take with calm and patience when the journey depart to our life. With no moment left to live, I give you your daily horoscope. Aries. Today you may spend a lot of time running errands, Aries. You can run into friends or neighbors, but you probably won't feel like stopping to talk with them. You're apt to be working on something important that you will want to get back to as soon as possible. Traffic or other delays could get you your way. However, don't make yourself crazy. Go with the flow and you accomplish what you want. Taurus. Other responsibilities could force you to postpone work on personal projects that mean a lot to you. This could be frustrating, Taurus, and you're likely to want to sequester yourself with whatever you need to do and throw yourself into getting the problems resolved as soon as possible. You'll be able to do this as long as you don't let frustration get the best of you. Don't sabotage your efforts. Gemini. A storm from overwork could have you feeling weaker than usual. You might be tempted to stay at home, get some rest, and recoup your energies. Do this if you can, Gemini, otherwise you might not be able to give your projects the concentration it needs, and therefore you might not accomplish as much as you think you should. If you feel you can't stay home, try to work alone and so you'll be distracted. Cancer. You might feel a bit gloomy today, Cancer, and perhaps you have no idea why. It might be a good idea to retrace your steps from the past days or so. Look within to find out anything you might have concealed could have awakened an unconscious memory from the past. What a relief it is the case. Release the traumas from the past and you'll feel like a heavy weight has come off your shoulders. Leo. One of your closest friends could be in a rotting mood today, Leo. This person might be sore with everyone and not inclined to communicate why. This could be due more to personal problems and little, if anything, to do with you or anyone else. You probably decide to leave him or her alone to work things out and get on with your own business. This is the wiser course of action. Virgo, a project that you're rather excited about could require some intense solitary work today, Virgo. You might sometimes feel like the walls are closing on you, but you need to concentrate in order to get the best possible results. You also need to take occasionally breaks to clear your head. Nonetheless, you're likely to be happy with what you accomplish by the end of the day. Get busy. Libra, have you been spending a lot of time pushing your body physically, Libra? If so, you might be feeling the effect today. Muscle age and exhaustion could be taking their toll on you. Forget about projects and chores and take care of yourself for a while. Try to get some rest. You won't be any good to anyone if you make yourself a martyr. Tomorrow you'll be your old self again. Scorpio, a troubled night with little sleep could have you feeling out of sorts and not like much socialization today. If you can, Scorpio, work on projects at home alone, where you can stop and take a nap if you want. Your concentration might not be what it usually is, but if you isolate yourself from distraction, you should be happy with what you accomplish. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Sagittarius, perhaps you invited a lot of visitors over a day or so ago, Sagittarius, but today you don't feel like entertaining. Nerves strained and other stresses might leave you more in the mood to be alone. However, since your guests could be connected with your business, you won't want to cancel. The best thing to do is get a friend or family member to host with you. Accomplish what you want as quickly as possible. Capricorn, you probably aren't going to feel very social today, Capricorn. In fact, you're likely to want to work on projects and tasks alone if you can. This might be good for you, since you probably need to concentrate without being distracted. Still, you could use get out among others at some point during the day. You might want to be alone, but you still need to feel that you belong. Aquarius, the need to concentrate may necessitate that you isolate yourself in order to fully focus on the task at hand, Aquarius. This is fortunate because you probably accomplish a lot more than you would otherwise and be satisfied with what you've done. Those in authority should be pleased with you too. Take care not to live on what you worked out. You could eat too much of the wrong thing if they feel the effects later. Pisces, research on a subject related to a project could have you hidden to a place where you can read without being constantly distracted, Pisces. Your concentration is high and you're likely to accomplish a lot in this regard. Although you might not find the material as extensive as you hope, the quality of the work you produce is going to get the attention of people in authority. Get going! And this is the end, dear audience. May you have a bright, shiny day in your future, regardless of the fate of the stars.
And now, Julbeis and Lopez will tell us the latest news from Showbiz.
And let's continue with entertainment news. Venezuelan cheerleaders Daniela Di Giacomo surprised all her followers after publishing a picture where she is topless. The former beauty queen placed in the description of the photo. It was called "And so I put my hat on." Daniela published a sexy picture on her Instagram account. Today, the former beauty queen is part of the team El Gordo y la Flaca, the Univision celebrity gossip show. Something that is certain is that Venezuelan girls will not stop being in the mouth of people. Let's remember that Daniela Di Giacomo is also a social speaker, model, swimmer, an image consultant, Miss Venezuela International, and Miss International. The last of these achievements has been the most important triumph on the model's career. There is no doubt that the model doesn't feel shame of showing herself to her followers. And these are all the breaking news for today.